Hello and welcome. I am Kingsley Creed from MMOplay.com, and this is Fairy Tail Online. Its namesake is Fairy Tail, as you might recognize. It's a pretty popular anime. It's definitely up there with like Naruto and One Piece and like that. It's got like 300 episodes or something crazy. It's a pretty big deal. And they finally, it may be the first Fairy Tail game. Probably not, but anyway. So they took they took a browser-based game and put a Fairy Tail skin on it. Now, you know what I think of browser-based games. I think they almost always are pretty much terrible. Is this game terrible? Is Fairy Tail Online terrible? No, I don't think it is. I think it's actually not terrible. Which is weird. I feel conflicted. Like, I'm supposed to hate these kind of games with auto-pathing and all this, mobile game garbage, but it's actually not bad. And I'm definitely going to be, I actually hit a lot of good visual points that we'll see that at as well. So in the beginning, you just kind of talk to people, right? And of course you got all this terrible UI everywhere and all that, but you have this typical browser-based look. It's like one person makes all the browser-based games and just license it out, and then the people who get it just throw the skin on there. But anyway, so yeah, you talk to Natsu, which I think is like the main character of Fairy Tail, and you go through these instances where you fight the people, and oh my god, the translation is awful. I'm assuming it's translation. Like it was Japanese and they translated it. Stop talking, then battle will talk. Oh, I had more than one laugh at the terrible text. Like, I don't understand how it's so bad. How difficult can it be to just have someone look over like a one big long script? Who are you? How dare you counterfeit Fairy Tail's name and see the girls in town? Stop bullshitting. Get them, guys. Let me teach you how to fight. Or let me teach you to fight. It's so terrible. So this the sequences basically break down to you're gonna be watching the battle basically, which it's whatever. It's the thing that browser-based games do. You're supposed to do as little as humanly possible, because you're lazy and have no brain function. That's what they think, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying as a King's Decree. Anyway. So you have all this flashy text pop up. Of course, you click things. They make it seem as though you're doing stuff when you're not. I got a new ability. I think I'm like an attack, damage, fire kind of mage guy. Have you seen the Dragon Egg deal? I think that's like his father or something like that. He's looking for him or something. I never watched Fairy Tail. I got bits and pieces from a Wikipedia article that I looked up a while back. And I think isn't that his partner? Or is it Lucy? I think it's Lucy that is his partner. And it looks like you have the whole cast there in the back, I guess. Which is neat. It's all very colorful. And flashy and all that. I'm gonna teach you a lesson. So yeah, you just auto battle basically in these sequences, and it's at the very least it's fast. Which, if you're gonna be bad, at least be fast at it. Bullshit. There is no you people in Fairy Tail. Counterfeiting Fairy Tail's name did such a bad thing. Huh, you talk a lot. Let's see how about you magic guys take him. Let's see about how you magic. Good stuff. And it looks relatively well, even though there's like, the animator inside of me is crying at these browser-based games and how flippant they are about frames, but yeah, there's like 2 frames per, cycle of animation. Like, that's literally like 3 frames of animation. But anyway. Maybe that's just me, but yeah, I think that's always a horrible thing to see few frames of animation. And the music in the background is pretty good. It repeats a lot, but it's not bad. You know, I caught myself, you know, tapping my foot to this stuff. It's not terrible. And this is all browser based, so you don't have to download anything. It doesn't have to clog your computer. Like some browser based games require you to download something, which is really crappy, and they try to trick you into downloading other stuff, and I hate that. At least this is like upfront, like we have this crappy game for you to play, and that's it, which is good. And you just this is like what you see here is pretty much what you're going to be doing the entire game by the looks of it. You click a bunch of crappy text, and then you go to battle, and then you come back, and then you crap. And then you eat crap. Like, I'm just stumbling over all my words. I'm like trying to keep talking, but I don't have anything to talk about because this game is just, you know what this game is. It's so pointless to try and explain it because you don't do anything. You're just clicking stuff. It's like, I'd rather play Cookie Clicker. But King, you said this game isn't terrible. I did say this game is not terrible, and that doesn't mean it's good. And that's pretty much what I think about this game. I'm struggling to find something to say. So we're gonna auto pathfind over here, over to the next battle, where we get to see the next text. Do I actually click anything? I don't remember. No, it's straight up, completely auto battle. And as you can see there, excuse me, I almost fell asleep. As you can see, that there's other spaces for more characters around the edge. You collect a whole bunch of different characters, and you, of course, are gonna have your overall level go up, I guess. And I'm assuming that the health bar up top is your team's health level. What else? Oh my god, I'm literally falling asleep. Like, I'm getting drowsy. This game is just so boring. This isn't even a game! It's colorful. It's, dare I say, fun. I mean, it's not terrible. So you have this, like, boss dude. You take him down. Or something. Maybe if I watched Fairy Tail, I'd be more into this. Because maybe, like, all these characters are, like big deals in the manga. Or the anime. Is it a manga? It may be a manga. But, yeah. They may be a big deal in the anime. And it's like, oh, look at that guy. And oh, look at that guy. And, oh, reference and reference and reference. But I doubt it. I mean, they can't even be bothered to have a proper translation of the text. And again, I'm assuming that there's no English speaker, grown-up English speaker that would type that in for an English game. This has to be a different language game. And of course, my mind goes straight to Japan since the anime is Japanese. So of course, like in all these browser-based mobile games, you can upgrade a whole bunch of different stuff, like equipment and abilities and levels, and you talk to all these different characters, but they don't have anything to say. It's like, it's almost entirely, hey, what's up? Look at her freaking eyes, man. Take up half her face. Oh yeah, this is where I get the new companion. She's such a strange looking character. She looks like you know, like how some games will have, like, you can choose how your character looks, and you can cycle out, like, hair and eyes. That's what that character looks like. Like, this, they just pressed random or something. So I guess this is where the neat part is. This is the part I actually liked. So it's like Pokemon. You can you collect all these different people that you can put on your team, and they'll attack in combat or whatever. I forget if I think I was, by this point, I was like, oh my god, I just want to wrap this up. But I really want to see the battle with the new character in it. And like you just said, you can place your character strategically in battle to do different things. Like you drag that guy out right there for defense, you drag him down to the bottom for increased attack. But it doesn't seem like the bonuses actually do anything by this point. So maybe later in the game they will. And it'll make a big deal then. And there's big numbers. Like I think by this point I have 150,000 gold. And a little bit later down the line, I'll have like 500,000. And you have these big numbers, like, ooh, numbers pop up. Ooh, numbers. Some commenter on one of the other videos said something like, you know, a lot of these games are just advertisements. And I'm beginning, like, I'm seeing it more and more. Like Marvel and the Doctor Who game, those are just big advertisements, or they're using the license to advertise for their game, right? I don't know. I'm really disliking this trend of these kind of games. Like this is so obviously low effort, and like there's, it's so painful, and like I can't even imagine like if you're like a big, you know, fairy tale fan and you buy the anime on box set and then you see some garbage like this come out. It's got to be real painful and like ashamed. And of course you have the 10 different tabs that are all trying to sell you stuff like recharges and jeez. And of course, you can't hide any of this or scale it back or anything like that. I think I'm pretty sure at least half of those were trying to sell you something. And then you can go down to the bottom the bottom tab. Does that say Riard? That looks a lot like Spain, by the way. This little map. I think this is the most difficult video I've had to commentate over in a while. You have your friends list. Because you know your friends are playing this game. You have that dude who has 2 frames of animation. It's not even a breathing animation. I mean, with these like crappy 2D assets, the least they can do is put a few more frames. And I'm pretty sure that they're using like so many shortcuts. Oh, this game makes me so angry, even if it's not terrible like other games we've seen on the site. And I've already gone over like what I think of browser-based games. I've already gone over if this game is a walking advertisement or marketing ploy. I'm just getting so tired. There's just nothing more you can say about these kind of games. I don't think you should play them. Like, I'm straight out and like, don't play this game. I know that's not the greatest. That's not a very good habit to get into as someone who's trying to report on these games or in games in general. To straight out give my opinion and make a decision for you. But I think these browser-based games, these marketing ploys like Marvel and Doctor Who Legacy, at a certain point you just have to take a stand and say that these are hurting the game industry more than they're helping them. You can argue that, hey, they're bringing in a new crowd, but they're leading a crowd down to the darkness. To the darkness. Dramatic much. Well, look how many people are playing this game. Who's playing this? Why? What point do you have? Like Guild Wars 2, free to play. World of Warcraft, free to play. At least those have a little pride. Team Fortress 2, free to play. RuneScape, free to play. There's such better games that are free to play. And if you, I can, okay, so okay, this is big. Uh, I think what makes me so mad is that this is a mobile game on your browser. When you have a browser open, like on a laptop or a computer, you have the entire world at your fingertips. You have any kind of games you could ever want to play. Adventure Quest, that's not great, but it's not terrible. It's a lot better than this. Yeah, what's the other Adventure Quest? I don't know. You have so many games out there. They're so much better. And if you're like, I'm looking for a game for my kid, and that's why I got this game. You can absolutely find better. On like you play in your browser, like Duelist or anything. And it's like this game is so low effort and it doesn't even do the theme well. If you're on a mobile, I get it. You're just like, I want a dumb, quick, flashy game that can play in between the bus stop, right? And you have your shitty. They're all so generic.